In this video, you will get to see me work on a commissioned piece of a very detailed black and white illustration depicting the Greek mythological monster Medusa. Let's cue the intro. This illustration was commissioned by a streamer called Rexilla, or Rex. He wanted a depiction of Medusa for his home. He had bought these two sculptures from Jack of the Dust, who is an amazing sculptor and artist. If you're not familiar with him, you should definitely check out his Instagram and have a look at his work. Anyway, Rex wanted an illustration to go along with these two sculptures. He has a lot of art in his house that is in black and white, one of which is a giant mural, so it would be fitting to add an illustrated piece to go along with that. I did not want to copy the sculpture and just trace over an image of it, but I was asked to incorporate the skull in a similar fashion, but the rest was totally up for me to decide. In Greek mythology, Medusa is a monstrous creature, one of the three Gorgon sisters who were daughters of the sea deities Phorcys and Ceto. Medusa is often depicted as a woman with snakes for hair and a gaze that could turn people to stone. According to the myth, Medusa was originally a beautiful woman, but she incurred the wrath of the goddess Athena. Therefore, I wanted to make sure that the face did not look too much of a monster or a zombie, and to include open eyes conveying the curse of turning people into stone. The biggest challenge for this illustration was of course creating the snakes for the hair, which also includes one of my biggest fears as an illustrator: scales. It is easy to get carried away when you're sketching them, but they're a true pain to vectorize and takes a lot of time. They do look amazing though when finished, so it's definitely worth the effort. I decided to create the face symmetrically to be able to create two different versions of the illustration, one depicting the skull and one with just a normal face. The snakes for the hair are asymmetrical to give the illustration more variety and give the hair the appropriate complexity that it needs. When you're creating illustrations and include copied or symmetrical elements, a good tip is to make sure that you add dramatic lighting to the piece with the intent to create enough of a difference to distract the fact that there are copied elements in the design. Since this piece was going to be black and white, it allowed me to spend more time on the sketch because there were no coloring involved, and the vectorization process would be a lot quicker. The vector process was basically just adding the line art, which is usually my halfway point for a normal illustration, since the coloring and shading takes a lot of time. As an artist, it's always appreciated when you get these types of projects to work on. No real deadline, a fun concept, and pretty much creative freedom the whole way through. I really enjoyed the entire process of creating this illustration. I don't normally do black and white illustrations, so it was a fun challenge to make it work, and I think it turned out really good in the end. But for now, we're nearing the end of the video, so I will cue the music for the final reveal. And there we have it, the final result. It came out really nice, and I created one version with the skull and one without. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. I also could not help myself and decided to try and add some color as well, free of charge for the client, but I do think the black and white version is the better option for this piece. I hope you liked the video. If you did, I would greatly appreciate if you could hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And that's it for this one. I'll catch you all in the next video.